Shalom, shalom, and everybody is aware of what has happened in Israel and Jerusalem this morning, waking up to the sad fact of terrorists coming into the synagogue and massacring 4 rabbis as they were praying, davening to Hashem, and the blood has remained everywhere in the hearts and minds of the Jewish people. And waking up to the realization that even here in the United States, our country is facing major changes. This president has promised change, and my friend, change has arrived. And that change is one that any American who have lived in this country at any time, I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, will recognize that this country is not the same. Not the same. We are facing a crisis, I believe, in this country like never before. When we have now empowered the very people who have come to destroy the Twin Towers, now they are in government. They are now even doing exercise here in the United States. And not a single word from the powers to be. Complete negligence? I can't think it's negligence on this incredible, intelligent president, nor his administration. I just can't believe he's so idiotic, so stupid. Just the opposite. He has a law degree. He knows what he's doing. And every single fiber of this country is being destroyed and turned over to elements which are destructive to society. Then after the massacre in Israel, these rabbis, not to mention, I want to include the undiscovered murderer of the rabbi here in North Miami Beach, we begin to have to ask ourselves, are we any safer here in the United States under this current administration than, say, the Jews were in Germany or the Jews of Spain in 1492? Kerry says, according to all news reports, the attack takes place because of lack of Israeli-Palestinian peace that fuels the Islamic terror recruitment. My friends, how subtle can you just dish off the real problem? The real problem is you have a group, a religion that has declared war on the United States, has declared war on Jews or Israel. It has declared war on everything that we hold sacred. And our administration says, we are not at war with Islam. Let me say that again. We are not at war with Islam. Islam is at war with the United States. Islam is at war with the Jews. Islam is at war with the Christians. Islam is at war with every peace-loving person on the face of the planet. Of course, there are some moderate Muslims that we can say, okay, they too are being, you might say, crushed under this extremism. But where are their voices? Why are they not being heard? Why are they being silent in the midst of such tragedies? No, my friends. In Jewish law, in Tractate Talmud, I believe it's 74a, we have a concept called rodef. It means that someone's going to pursue you to kill you. You kill them before they kill you. This concept was presented when, in Israel, a rabbi, a very known rabbi in Israel, declared that the Palestinians deserve to be preemptively killed as a result of them voting in Hamas into power. Hamas, a terrorist organization. Now we have not only Hamas, not only we have Hezbollah, not only have other Muslim extremist groups, including the most radical ones of them all, ISIS, threatening the society in which we live in, but even more so, threatening life in the United States and abroad as we know it. America is not the same. If you count 7 years after 9/11, we get the election of the Obama administration. 7 years after his election, we have the introduction of Islam's terrorist activities throughout the world. Mistake after mistake has been committed by this current administration, including, and not limited to, the withdrawal of American troops from Iraq, from Afghanistan. All applauded this peaceful term. But as warned from previous administration, it resulted in being a disastrous action as we see it today. The vacuum left the opportunity for these extremists to come and take over. Interesting enough, did our president know better? What about the Benghazi situation? Why is no one talking about this? Why is our media completely silent on these issues, as if they are partners in this crime of silence? And then I look back and I see what's going on in Missouri, which is a horrendous situation. It is really the fermentation of the race agitation. Keep in mind, America, for the first time in its history, voted in to office, and I'm going to say it like that, some will probably disagree, but the first black American president. American, I don't know, but black president in this country. And you would think for one moment that one of the first initiatives he would have done, having supposedly or allegedly experienced racism himself, would be to completely ratify and change how police departments throughout the country would be hiring and would hire according to the community's composure or composition. My friends, he was too busy with other things. He didn't have his Secretary of State or Department of Attorney of General get involved in that, but rather to stir up the race arguments in volume. And you begin to see that there are places in northern parts of the states that they're preparing for a big welcoming of camps, internment camps. That too is not a thing talked about. As if everything is being prepared for perhaps martial law. How can we forget also the ominous words that was picked up accidentally by the microphone to Putin, that he would be more freed up, as it were, after the election? All of these things begin to create a chain, a connection one with another, along with his support or indifference to Israel on a consistent basis. My friend, this man is destroying this country piece by piece, from the money side to the moral side to the ethical side to the foreign policy side. And I ask you, the following Jews, would you think for one moment that Hillary, who was involved in the Benghazi, will do any different? And really, this video has nothing to do with politics, although it sounds that way. It really has to do with, if you want to call it eschatology, last time teachings. We are seeing the possibility of two groups coming together to unite, which is